Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. With the name of Allah, who is very kind and merciful. Welcome to DevOps King channel. In this channel, you will find the solution of different tasks about the Azure DevOps and AWS. Today, we shall discuss the self-hosted build agent in part 2 of our series Azure CICD for Laravel on Plesk server. On this channel, you will find the training material for the Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Azure Web CICD. If you need any help, please contact on that WhatsApp server or you can set the message on the channel. On the DevOps channel, every video is prepared by certified DevOps engineer. In order to search this channel on the YouTube, please use the word DevOps King. You will find the channel DevOps King. Please click the subscribe button so that you can get the notification about the latest upload on the channel. Let's start for the part 2 of our Azure CI/CD for Laravel on Plesk server. Today we shall discuss about the build agent. The build agent and their types. We need build agent in CI/CD. There are two types of build agent. One is the Azure pipeline build agent and the other is the self-hosted build agent. In the pipeline section, when you click on the agent job, then in the agent pool you will find the two types of the agent. Like one is hosted agent and other is private. These are the two agent, and in the next page we shall read about the agent. So the first type of agent is the Azure pipeline agent. When we select the Azure pipeline agent, then in the agent specification we shall find the different agent available on the Azure cloud, like the Ubuntu agent, like the Windows agent, like the Mac agent, and we shall select the agent according to the requirement of our code. If we are using the iOS code for application for the iOS, we shall use the Mac agent. If we are using the .NET Core application, we can use the Ubuntu, and we can also use the Windows agent as well. It is totally depend upon the code of our application. The second type of agent is the private agent. The first one is the Azure pipeline agent, and the second one is the private agent. In this part, we shall configure the private build agent. We should know about the difference of the Azure pipeline build agent and the private build agent, how we can differentiate. It is very important for the DevOps engineer to know about these build agent and their feature, benefit and disadvantage. So in the next page we shall discuss the important and the different feature of Azure pipeline build agent and private build agent. The first of all, the hosted and private build agent. In the context of the Azure DevOps, a build agent, often referred to as agent or build agent, is a software component that runs jobs in pipeline. It is responsible for executing tasks such as building, testing and deploying your code during the CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery. The first thing that we should know about the build agent. It is very important for the interview point of view as well for the DevOps engineer, and the one DevOps engineer should also know about all these type of build agent. A build agent is a machine or environment where the pipeline tasks are executed. It runs the command defined in your pipeline, such as storing the dependency, compiling the code, running the test, or deploying any application. It can either be hosted by the Azure DevOps or be self-hosted agent, private agent. So the second one, in the second number, we shall discuss the Azure pipeline agent. It is an agent that is provided by the Azure cloud, and it is pre-built, pre-configured build agent. So in this case, the important features are managed by Azure DevOps. we cannot customize this build agent. And the third one runs the Microsoft Azure infrastructure available for by default for the Azure DevOps pipeline. This is the build agent that is available by default. So the advantage is no setup or maintenance required, always up to date, easy to get started. This is the definite advantage of the Azure pipeline build agent. The disadvantage is that we cannot customize this build agent. You have limited control over the environment, might not be supported specific tools or configuration you needed. Each time a job runs, the agent is spun up for the fresh state. So you cannot, your data is not persistent if you are using the Azure pipeline build agent. Now we shall discuss the second type of build agent, that is the private one. Now the private build agent. A private build agent or the self-hosted build agent, the same name we use for this private agent, is agent that you install and configure yourself typically on your own hardware or the virtual machine. Its features are: you are responsible for the setup and maintenance of the agent. You can install on the machine, physical machine or the virtual machine. You can install, configure software tools for your need according to the requirement. The advantage of this type is that full control over the build environment, can persistent data across the runs. You can configure it to use your own networks, which is helpful for accessing resources like the private package feeds. The disadvantage is that you are responsible for maintaining and updating the agent, more initial setup and ongoing maintenance work. If the agent goes down, the faces issues that can impact your pipeline execution. This is the disadvantage of the private build agent. In the step 6, the key difference between the Azure pipeline agent and the private hosted build agent is hosting. In case of the hosting feature, hosted by the Azure, Microsoft Azure, hosted on your infrastructure on the on-premises or on the cloud. Management is in the Azure build pipe agent is managed by the Azure cloud, and private agent is managed by the team, managed and maintained by the user. Customizable ability limited. You cannot install custom software easily on the Azure build agent, but in case of the private build agent, you can install software according to your requirement. The persistent data, in case of Azure pipeline agent, there is no persistent data every time you get the new build on the pipeline. But in case of the private build agent, you can persist your data. Control over environment, limited control, but in full control in case of private build agent. Maintenance, no maintenance is required for the Azure pipeline build agent, but for the private build agent, the maintenance is required. The last feature is cost. Free for public project, limited for private project. Azure pipeline build agent is free for first 1800 minutes. After that, you have to pay around about $70 per month. But if you configure your build agent, private build agent, then you can have thousands of build daily. It is very cheap and reliable. So, in a summary about these two type of build agent, Azure build agent, if you want a quick, hassle-free solution with the minimum setup and maintenance. But in case of the private agent, if you need more control over the environment, need to use the custom control or requirement persistent between builds, need to be used third-party DLLs in your code. So it's totally depend upon the code. If your code need the third-party DLLs, you can configure your private build agent as well for the build of your code. Now, after the discussion of the two type of the build agent, Azure pipeline build agent and the private build agent, we are configuring the private build agent. Now we are configuring the private build agent. In the step 7, now we are going to configure the self-hosted build agent. Now I shall explain every step for the configuration of the self-hosted build agent. After the configuration of the self-hosted build agent, I shall use it in the pipeline. As in my part 1, I am using the self-hosted build agent. So In the part second, I shall explain how we set up our private build agent. So click on the organization Azure DevOps organization. After that, click on the team. You may have more than one team project in your organization, but in my case, there is only one team project. When you click on the team project, then you can get the properties of the team project like this one. When you click on the team project, you will on the left bottom you will find the project setting. When you click on the project setting, you will find the agent pools. You will find the section agent pool. When you click on the agent pool section, after clicking you will find the interface like this interface. In the step 10, click on the button add pool. Now we are adding the pool for our private build agent because the pool is very important for the performance of the self-hosted build agent. So now we are adding the pool. After that, we shall configure the self-hosted build agent. See you in the next part of this series. Wish you good luck for your future.